Alright, Shalom, more praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and his few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Gonna be a quick show, knowing one of you brothers be edified. And the title speaks for itself, so I'm gonna let this man speak, and I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. Matter of fact, before that, I'm gonna bring out one scripture, and then I'll go from there. Isaiah 46:10, it says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. So the key point is declaring the end from the beginning. So when Moses was given these scriptures, he was given the end of the times and what was going to bring in the end. Okay? Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, which is what? The prophecies. Matter of fact, I do have one more. Salakia. I should have got it in it, but you know, it is what it is. 2nd Ezra 14. Okay. Does it again. Second Ezra 14 and 6. And this is what the Lord told Ezra, what he did with Moses. Well, I start at 5. And told him Second Ezra, I start at 1. Second Ezra 14 and 1. And it came to pass upon the third day, I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice of a bush over against me, saying, Ezra, Ezra. And I said, Here am I, Lord. And I stood up upon my feet. Then he said unto me, in the bush, I did reveal myself unto Moses, and talk with him. And when my people served in Egypt, and I sent him and led my people, and he had led my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the mount of where I held him by me a long season, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times, and the end, and command him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. So Moses was given the entire breakdown of the scriptures of the end, and the Lord did not manifest it to him to give it out public, because what? It needed to be manifest. Going back to real quick, Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And what is that vision? The prophecies. So I'm going to let this thing play out and hear what they say. This is all out of the whole situation with this clown, Kanye Mess.
This next one. This is from Candace Owens, who tweeted, earlier today I learned that Kanye West was officially kicked out of JP Morgan Chase Bank. I was told there was no official reason given, but they sent this letter as well to confirm that he has until late November to find another place for the Yeezy Empire 2 Bank. This is nuts. Here's a letter. It says, Dear Yee. Is that his real name now?
Yeah, he had it officially changed.
Now. Wow, all right, there you go. Mm-hmm. We are sending this letter to confirm our recent discussion with blank. JP Morgan Bank has decided to end its banking relationship with Yeezy LLC, etc., etc. The first thing I'm going to say before we get into the political ramifications of this is make sure you are using Parallel Economy. I know it's a relatively new financial service co-founded by Dan Bongino. Shout out to Dan, who's doing tremendous work.
So, what's going on? Of course, you know about the Kanye Mess situation, but also what's going on is all these alternative ways of banking. that keeps springing up. Now, the way the system is run in this current world, the current world that we live in, that everything deals with banking. All right, I just have to put that out there. So he's trying to promote another alternative of banking.
Work to help fight back against censorship. If you become a member at timcast.com, we default parallel economy. Support businesses that are fighting back, that believe in these values. Parallel economy is one of them. Kanye West, I will say it right now, Candace Owens, Kanye West, talk to Parallel Economy. They're not a bank. They do financial transaction services, but talk to them, because if Kanye said, okay, I won't use Chase, I'll use this bank and I'll use this financial service, it can be a major movement towards pushing back against censorship. And Kanye is big enough to make a huge impact in that regard. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Once again, these are all psyops. All right, these are all psyops. Real quick, I'm gonna make this long, but it's gonna hit some key points. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, it says, "These Satan should get an advantage of us, for we not ignorant of his devices." So door number 1 doesn't work. Door number 2 doesn't work. Door number 1 is normacy. Door number 2 is a conservative. Door number 3 is the other conservative. Door number 4 would be crypto. We're not ignorant of his devices. Everything that's leading to is all roads. That's what it should be the title of the show. All roads leading to the M, to the O, to the T, to the B. All right. All roads are leading to that. Now let me let this thing finish.
You want to take this one, or should I? You don't own your money anyway. People think that's their money. That's what Federal Reserve notes on loan. They can take them back if they want. They can shut you down.
Doesn't it even say on like money or something about that?
It says Federal Reserve note. It's a promissory note that they give it to the American government. The American government promises to pay them back $1 plus interest for every dollar they borrow. It's such an insane system.
Ethereum, right, Luke?
No.
No.
The other guy was shilling for it. But that's another topic to discuss here. Again, decentralized currencies are another
Bitcoin.
thing. But the Federal Reserve is building their own centralized digital currency, which is going to lead to behavior like this tenfold. And this is not the first time that a major banking institution punished someone because of their opinions. I think that's what's happening here. We don't know exactly what's happening here. Maybe there's some accusations by Chase Manhattan that they didn't want to, of course, make public, but it's most likely what's been happening previously before, and that's, we don't like your opinion, we're going to make sure you can't exist in society. We're going to make sure that you, as an individual, can't have any free flow of transactions, which is absolutely crazy.
Can I just give a shout out real quick to Candace Owens' profile picture on Twitter? It's the communist fist appropriated by BLM holding wads of cash.
And it's melting.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
You don't like Ethereum?
It's like the previous show that I did through the Spirit, and everybody else is jumping on it. We all see this. We see right through the bull. Candace Owens is another agent. That she's the alternative route of whatever else is going on. So you would listen to her, you believe the things that she's saying is truthful, okay? Because she's not coming the way the other side is coming, but she's also leading you astray, okay? Now she's bringing out evidence about Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, which is great. But once again, like I said in the last show, she sleeps with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? She got kids by the enemy, so there you go. But like I said, let me hit to
I question everything, and I'm skeptical of everything. So again, when it comes to a lot of these digital currencies, I think skepticism is your best friend.
Ethereum is clearly better than Bitcoin, Luke.
I told people
Mark Zuckerberg is your friend.
Yeah, I told people from the very beginning, invest what you're willing to lose, because it's a Wild West market. I do believe there are tremendous opportunities for decentralization, especially when it comes to privacy coins. Things like Monero. There's a reason the IRS is sending out messages and letters saying, please help us crack Monero. There's a reason Amazon and Jeff Bezos are building technology that will break, of course, encryption. So I do believe in privacy coins, but I don't believe in what the World Economic Forum and a lot of the other big bankers are pushing, and that's centralized digital currencies. The CEO of BlackRock was just talking about how the situation in Ukraine is going to lead to a bigger push for centralized digital currencies. That's essentially what they're pushing for, a social credit score where they will track, trace, and database and punish you on the fly for wrongthink, just like they probably did to Kanye West with Chase Manhattan Bank.
I'm also going to a good show and on Netflix. Well, one of them. They had a couple of suspect episodes, but I'm not gonna go there. But that show is Black Mirror. I believe one brother put episode 3 on season 1, but it's more than that. It's one episode I remember clearly. It was called White Christmas or something like that. That was a good episode. And another one when a girl to show you about socialism and how you have to be well behaved and get likes and all that in order to conduct yourself in society. It's become reality. Okay? Everything that was they plotting has become reality. So if you think something against the system, they could shut you out. So you got to be a well behaved. And might I add, we haven't even got to the meat and potatoes yet. Okay? We didn't even get to the meat and potatoes, and yet they still flexing their muscle, showing the world who has the power. He spoke something against, which they're going to say it. Matter of fact, let me let this thing play.
Pretty flabbergasted. I didn't know that banks and PayPal, of course, at the moment, I didn't know they could actually do this. Based on your views, they can just say, okay, well, we're going to take your money, or you can't use us for your money. I had no idea that was allowed.
They can't do that in the UK?
Well, I think they can, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'd
imagine it's probably worse in the UK.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
The PayPal stuff started happening to quite a few people I know in the UK. I started seeing it happening on Twitter. Loads of people saying, well, my PayPal's closed. No one's told me why. Don't know what's going on. I mean, I've been stressed out about the whole free speech thing for quite some time now, just the way people are clamping down on it, using culture and the press to stop people just having views. Look, the Kanye West thing, I'm Jewish. I've grown up Jewish. My family's Jewish. Friends are Jewish. I was, properly actually Jewish. It's very offensive what he said. I take it with a pinch of salt because he's Kanye West. He says mad things all the time and whatever. Exactly. You hear it every day anyway, so okay, whatever. But I wouldn't want to have a bank that doesn't allow people who disagree with me or say horrible things to me to be able to keep their money there. And it's the same with speech. I want people who've got opposite opinions to mine to be able to say whatever they want, and people can decide if they want to listen to them,
Would you have debanked Hitler if you were running the bank that he was using when he declared war on Poland?
Nice, dude. I think once you've started a war, it might be a bit different. If you're trying to stop, but I don't know. That's over my pay grade. What would you have done?
He was getting financed by the Bushes and the Rockefellers, so he had no
Prescott Bush.
I would have debanked him and used my bank as a weapon to win the war. I mean, I'll be honest. That's what this is. I mean, we say it's a culture war. We kind of joke and laugh. It's a real culture war.
Sure.
Like it's a domination for your mind.
Sure. But that's different. That's you trying to win a war. We're not trying to win a war against Kanye West.
But sanctions and war happen all the time. Tons of people say we're no longer going to do business with you and your money's frozen. This is a private citizen in the United States being told that he's being kicked off of a bank. Now, we don't know exactly why. They didn't say why, but we know why.
Yeah, we all
He's in the news. They're saying he's offensive. I think this is actually really, really bad for Chase, and they made a big mistake because we saw what happened with PayPal. Their stock is down. I think I don't know where it's at right now. Let me check PayPal stock for the day, because it was up early. Let's see where it's at. So it's up 0.87%, but in the past 5 days they're down 10%. So since this news broke over the weekend, they're down 10%.
Dude, while you're here, look at their last 5 years. Look at what happened April 2020 to PayPal stock.
Yeah.
COVID is announced. Guess how? All these people made 3 times their money and then sold it all, and then they went back to normal. Someone tripled their money. Well,
but that means someone lost their money. I imagine it was pension funds.
I think a cabal of organizations tripled their money by investing in PayPal through the pandemic and then got out. And then a bunch of people that were trying to ride the wave probably bought in while it was up.
Yeah, people knew commerce was going to, of course, happen online and not in person and not in real life. So it was an investment that a lot of people predicted.
I've heard stories from people who bought Moderna stock Someone told me this, that they bought Moderna stock right at the start of the pandemic because they were like, oh, the media's talking about it. And then what was that, like a 100 times increase or like a 40 times increase on your money?
I don't know.
Investing in these machines and then getting rich off them, like investing in PayPal knowing that people have to buy online and they can't use,
Mom and pop
Right.
stores and bodegas.
So there was money to be made. I don't think it's necessarily what you think it is, Ian. It's probable that a lot of powerful elites were playing games. I think a lot of it was people being like, I'm going to invest in PayPal and Amazon and Netflix. And all of their stocks skyrocketed because people couldn't leave their houses. So maybe what was his name? Was it Paul Pelosi? Is that yeah?
Nancy's husband?
And it proves that this whole entire system is corrupted, which we all know. All right, and he mentioned about if you would kick, what's his name, Hitler, from off the banking, and he explained who's backing him up. So it was impossible to kick him out the bank. It was impossible not to support Hitler at the time because all the money was going towards Hitler to do the things that he was doing. And they will always use that Nazi Germany situation as the worst villains in the entire world, the worst people. But who was publicly backing them up? The United States and the rich, well, you could say the oligarchs at the time, all right, which were Prescott and the Bush family with the railroads, Chase Morgan Bank, if I'm not mistaken, the Rockefellers, all right. They all aided that man to do what he had to do, because Germany was just a testing ground for what they're doing right now. Okay, so it's not about. It's all proven. Whoever controls the banks controls everything. That's all it is. And he didn't. Well, we said this already. Let me just get to the point because I just want to make this short.
Husband?
Yeah, the
Was that
glorious Paul
Yeah.
Pelosi.
Great
No.
trader. Smart. Can't express the wrong things. And even if you do express the wrong ideas, at least have the ability to be able to, of course.
Welcome to the modern era, my friends. They went after Kanye West, man. I guess that's what happens.
Well, we still don't know exactly what happened here. We could speculate. It's probably because of his more spicy, controversial, topics and conversations. I've been seeing like a little scuttlebutt of what he's been saying. But again, when banks get more involved, when there's more social pressure, this is creating a society that is essentially a social credit score. You can't think the wrong things. You can't express the wrong things. And even if you do express the wrong ideas, at least have the ability to be able to, of course, have them challenged, have them questioned, because that's how you stop someone from believing in bad things. You question those things and you actually talk them through it instead of just censoring them, which actually pushes them to the further extremes and has them go to places where they get more radicalized and they get more crazy belief systems, which again is psychologically proven to be true.
I think that you're right that diplomacy and communication is the way. Is kind of the United States was based on a bunch of people that didn't agree, got together, and then
And they always believe that the United Snakes of America was built on moral standards. Well, this place was built on blood. All right? And the moral standards is coming right back to bite you people in the ass. Because there's never been... It was all good just a week ago, like that song with Jay-Z. But when Esau, Edomites, was on top, especially Edomite man, there was no complaints. But now that everybody's involved and everybody's losing, everybody wants to complain. When a nigga was suffering, he will stay suffering. They all see Jake as what they are, in the bottom. Okay? But anyway, I didn't want to make this a long thing. Basically, you know why. Let's see if it's...
Yeah, we listened to that.
I thought he was eloquent there.
Yeah, and then Vice came out and was like, listen to what Kanye really said, but Tucker edited it out. And I was like, it's just not, that's like one controversial thing. He's a black Hebrew Israelite, I guess. Kanye West believes that he's a true Jew. And I'm like, I don't know. I maybe Tucker Carlson took it out because it didn't flow the conversation. And it's like they cut it for time.
Yeah.
Oh, because Judaism is passed through blood. That's the idea. And so he says his great ancestors were Jewish.
No. Black Hebrew Israelites believe that black people are the true, children of Israel or whatever, and that the people there currently are like occupying it and stole it from them or something.
Interesting philosophy.
When BLM first started getting really big a year or two ago, that
So that's the main thing that they saying, which is all true. But Esau just want to control the narrative, and that's what's going on. Once again, 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, "We at least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And this is part of his devices, which is why, let's look up the word devices in the Greek. It says mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. That which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. Okay? So everything that they plot and planning, they're letting loose. So they use Kanye West as a figurehead. Alright? A sacrificial lamb, so to speak. He's okay because he's juiced in to a certain degree. Revelations 13 and 15. And it says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, which is what? NATO, the EU, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast, which is his new world order, shall be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in a right hand or in a foreheads. And one thing that's not really being said, well, some people caught it, that this guy Kanye West is a great supporter of Elon Musk. Elon Musk, the man who got rich over PayPal, which is not true. His daddy owns a diamond mine in South Africa, so he was wealthy before the PayPal situation. And he's supposed to be the modern day Tesla. All right, he's supposed to be this boy genius, and Kanye is all for it. But what is that guy really aiming other than, what was it? I forgot his spaceship thing. What he called it the Dragon. Okay. Other than the Dragon, what else he's trying to accomplish? He's trying to put this mark in the people's foreheads. All right. He's fully want to get this thing done by the end of this year. All right. So how can somebody be against the system when he's for the system? See that? It says, let me read it again, saying he causeth all, both small and great. So it doesn't matter if you got, like him, supposed to have $1 billion, all right, or a regular peon. When they want to cut you off the system, they're going to cut you off. All right, there's going to be nothing that can be done without this particular thing in people, which is the next verse. All right, it says, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on a right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, which save means only the people that have this particular thing is going to be ordered to survive. All right, and that's why the United States of America, already planning to put a digital currency, a digital dollar, so they could control everybody and what they're doing. So this is something that was, the Lord had from the very beginning of time, how this is going to end. Okay? And this is going to end by them putting these devices on people. And once these devices are put in people, then the rise of the ungodly is going to be on an all-time high. This is the ultimate thing where people who takes that device is going to make their decision to go against the Heavenly Father and His Son and take the side of the devil, so to speak. Right? It says, save he that had the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for his number is 603 scores. And we get the judgment for that. It says, Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and received his mark in his forehead or in his hand, right, left, it doesn't matter. Once you put this device in you, right, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So the great judgment for taking that device, which all roads is leading to that device, and that's going to be the great judgment for it. So we there. So they use Kanye and Mess to scare people, put people back in check, flex their power, all right? Because them flexing their power, proving that they control everything. Also, if you step out of line, this is going to happen. And the ultimate way to do it is by putting this device in people. Once you put the devices in the people, you can control their emotions, you can control what they do, and you can control what you tell them to do. All right? So this is all about truly conquering the minds of the people. So with that being said, I hope you brothers edify. Say real quick to the spirit. Shalom to the elect. And it says shalom.